planes. We understand it was a third explosion, however, that brought the tower to collapse.
There were reports of an explosion before the tower fell.
We understand now there has been a secondary explosion on Tower 2.
Generally speaking, for a building to collapse in on itself like that, it would seem to indicate that there could have been an explosion, a bomb planted on the ground that would make the building collapse within itself.
We've heard reports of secondary explosions after the aircraft impacted, whether in fact there wasn't something else at the base of the towers that in fact were the coup de grace to bring them to the ground.
It was an incredible explosion, or a bomb planted in the building.
Something ignited there, though. Maybe they had that was an incredible.
That was an incredible explosion.
I mean, it could have been something that was planted.
Or a bomb planted in the building. Yeah, I agree with you.
This was clearly, the way the structure is collapsing, this was the result of something that was planned. This is not, it's not accidental that the first tower just happened to collapse and then the second tower just happened to collapse in exactly the same way.
They have? You heard that already? They said they did. You hear what? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's going right now. It's falling. It's gone. The Twin Trade Towers are fucking gone.
And there were explosion, and 10 floors. The World Trade Center, the Twin Towers, they're not there anymore.
That's right.
They were not only hit by airplanes, but then there were explosions, and those towers, 110 floors each, crushed, crumbled to the ground.
They have? You heard that already?
There was another major explosion. The building itself, literally the top of it, came down, sending smoke and debris everywhere.
Many will not have escaped. And then there will be inevitable casualties from the flying debris and the later explosions.
We have just been told that this, what we thought was another explosion, was indeed, according to the Associated Press, another building that has either been attacked or exploded. So it appears to be separate from the two that we have already witnessed this morning.
And you're looking at another explosion. Hopefully it will not progress from here, but one never assumed that we would see what we're seeing now. So we have no idea really what might happen next. And you're looking at another explosion right here. This is another explosion.
Part of the tower coming down?
Part of the Twin Tower obviously folding, coming crashing down. We're watching a live. It is right. We're watching a live picture of this. What? It's live. You're looking at this live. You're looking at another explosion right in the same area.
The explosion. Then there was the explosion. And again, like the lady said, an avalanche of smoke and debris came up the canyon.
And they'd blown up, the building had blown up, and the stuff had just come down like confetti.
We just received word that there was a fourth explosion at the World Trade Center. We have no idea what that was, if it was related to the first two explosions, secondary explosions from the first two, or obviously other attacks.
We heard from them just moments before that another jetliner, a 737, crashed into the building way down low, and that was apparently enough to take the World Trade Center South Tower out.
We just heard that there was another explosion in the basement or one of the lower levels of the World Trade Center.
That there was an explosion on the lower floor.
There was a huge explosion at the base of the South Tower. That's the One World Trade Center, and part of the building collapsed. After about 20 minutes later, the second tower also collapsed in flames.
I was standing like 2 blocks away, and all of a sudden I just seen a big flash, and then I seen the building coming down, and I just seen people just running everywhere, chaotic like.
It just looked like an explosion, and then it just came down. Buildings were just burning, and like they're constantly burning. And then right below the left building, the one without the news tower, the satellite tower, it just looked like an explosion below where it was burning, and then it just came down. An explosion below where it was burning, and then it just came down.
Below the fire, I saw from the corner, boom, 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 boom. Just like 20 straight hits. Just went down, and then I just saw the whole building just went.
The second building, you saw an explosion, and you saw the building start to fall down, and then you saw the core of the building just start to disintegrate into itself.
Did it look like an implosion that internally a bomb?
I couldn't. The second building, both buildings were just burning and like they constantly burning. And then right below the left building, the one without the news tower, the satellite tower, it just looked like an explosion below where it was burning, and then it just came down.
But it literally exploded.
We saw some kind of explosion, a lot of smoke come out at the top of the tower.
A full-scale investigation to hunt down those responsible. Let's go back to Cindy Hsu in the newsroom, who's joining us now with another update. Cindy?
Wait a second. Is this a live picture? This is a live picture. We are seeing the second World Trade Center Tower number 1 has just collapsed, ladies and gentlemen. You see it live in our picture. One World Trade Center has just collapsed. That means both World Trade Center buildings have collapsed.
If Jim Smith is with us still in Chopper 2, Jimmy, you there?
What?
Michael, we just saw that as well. The second tower, the only one that was standing, tower number 1, we saw some kind of explosion, a lot of smoke come out at the top of the tower, and then it collapsed down onto the streets below, much like we saw the first tower.
That third explosion occurred. Third explosion happened. There was 3 explosions. Third explosion.
Maria Bartiromo.
Second blast. Governor Pataki, we understand, is in the city, and Mayor Giuliani is also here, of course, and he was preparing to speak earlier this morning, but of course that was prior to all of the secondary blasts.
Do you think it was another bomb in there?
No, like when they bomb one of those buildings, when they
demolish it.
Demolish.
Unbelievable.